Hello, welcome to Fair Lady of the Loch Tarot. Thank you for joining me. Today we will be doing a personal reading for Lady J. Now, Lady J is a repeat client and has asked for clarification on a current connection that she has made to see if it is the soulmate connection that came through in her readings. Okay? And so we are going to be pulling tarot, oracle, runes, and a crystal energy consultation as I do for all of my personal readings. If you would like a personal reading from me, you can find me over Fair Lady of the Loch .etsy.com. Sorry, this this reading's already got me a little bit distracted, guys. For those of you who are familiar with how I read tarot, you'll know that I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Now, with Lady J, the other side, in any of her readings, no matter what question we ask, always also has other messages for her. And that will come through here. It already has. Okay? I am going to pull a clarifier. Okay. So, Lady J, right off the bat, no, this isn't the person I saw. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have a place in your life or your existence. And here's the other thing, guys. Anytime you have a reading, remember it is possibilities, not guaranteed certainties. Now, there are times when it will come through so strongly that it's as if it is. I mean, seriously, it's palpable. You can feel it. And for Lady J, she is one of those where it is that palpable. And the energy is in motion. It absolutely is in motion. And when that happens, sometimes you can get false starts, false feelings of maybe perhaps the one. Now, that being said, Lady J, I want to say this. No matter what I say, no matter what the cards say, no matter what the universe says, you have to follow your own heart, your own mind, your own soul, your own intuition. Okay? You can have a million people tell you yes or no on something, but only you, deep, deep, deep down, know the true answer to this question. I do have a question for you that you can answer for yourself. You don't need to share that information with anyone unless you so desire. But the other side is wanting me to ask you to consider how long you've known this individual for, okay? And that, is it possible that you are absorbing someone else's feelings and emotions as an empath? And is it possible that because you're feeling the energy of this individual coming through, that it is making you impatient or feeling like this is the one? So, and I'm getting that this is a one, okay, someone that has something to contribute to your life, to teach you, to perhaps bring you some momentary joy, okay? And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Transitional relationships are very common, and they teach us a great many things. But the very first thing that came out, and I wanted them to be very clear on whether this was yes or no with the very first card. And the Tower is a very firm no. Okay? And then I pulled clarification on why You might be feeling this might be the one if it's not. And it says it's because the energy is in motion, right? The energy is in motion and you can feel it, okay? But in the end, the relationship that you are currently asking about, it will end. It won't stay forever. Now, if you'd like to spend the winter with this person and feel it out, absolutely do so. That's entirely your call to make, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? You and your heart have to make that decision. You and your heart are the only one that's going to know. I might be able to get some guidance from the other side. I might be able to help you with some energy shifts and changes, okay? But in the end, only you're going to know. The other thing that I will bring up to you, and I have witnessed this more than once, sometimes the other side will give you the opposite answer because they want you to decide for yourself. They want you to understand and realize your own emotions and feelings on the matter, and so they will give you the opposite. So, for example, there was a business question recently that needed to be asked within my own life and my own family. And, you know, we're all gathered around the countertop and we're having a conversation with the other side. And it flipped over that, yes, this was an opportunity. This is an opportunity to be pursued. But the moment that it did flip over, the feeling that went on inside was so potent, so palpable, so absolutely this is not the path, right? That it was the other side showing myself and that my family within ourselves what it was we needed to feel and decide and know on our own. Because deep down we knew the answer. Deep down we truly knew that this wasn't the path for us, that this path would bring us more difficulty and misery, right? So also please bear that in mind, okay? Now, all of those caveats out of the way. From the moment you told me about this individual, my gut intuitive feeling was no, okay? But do not let me derail your fun. Do not let me derail any joy that you might have from this connection, okay? Not every relationship that we get into that is meant for us is going to be an eternal one, right? But it can teach us things, right? So, and one of the things that this is going to be teaching is a new emotional beginning. Enlightenment, intuition, internal knowledge, spirituality. I am getting there a bit of a flood of emotions that might be shielding you from seeing certain things. Okay? Perhaps the hope and desire is just so strong that there's a certain element of rose-colored glasses going on. I don't want to offend anyone, so please don't take it that way, okay? I want you to know that I love you very much and I only want the best for you, and the other side is the very same, okay? So listen to your heart, okay? And they're asking you to do that via quiet time, in nature, grounding, meditation, okay? I'm also getting that spirits from the other side will give you messages during this time that will reveal to you part of your true destiny and who you're meant to be with. I'm also getting this person you were meant to be with won't shy away from these sort of activities, you know, grounding in nature, meditation, truly going within to seek answers. Okay? And this will bring about a new phase of passion and intuition and enlightenment in your life. Okay? But that grounding, they are really emphasizing the grounding aspect. It's the passion and the emotions and the anticipation and the feeling, because you can feel that energy moving towards you. You can absolutely feel it in your bones, in your gut, in your breath, right? You can feel it moving towards you. You can feel it coming. It's palpable. It's almost tangible. Okay? And so when that time, when love energy or money energy, some of these more intense energies, when they are in motion and you feel it in motion, okay, it has these ripple effects. It has these echoes, okay, it has these flutterings of the heart, okay, that happen. Sometimes, maybe your heart will race and you don't know, why. Now, if you have a medical condition, absolutely check that out. But sometimes it's the heart chakra responding to that love energy because it can feel it. It knows it's coming. It knows it's out there. And so one of the things that is needed during this time is to steady yourself, go within and nourish that heart chakra. Give it the loving health checkup that it needs, right, to get you through. And allow it to shine. Allow that heart chakra to shine its light so brightly that the one that is meant for you can't help but see it, can't help but be drawn in by it. It's like, oh, there you are. There's the one I've been looking and waiting for. It's almost like that stag, he's going through the forest, he's going through the woods, and then all of a sudden, he knows. He knows that something is different in the woods. He knows that there's something else out there other than him. And he can't help but look. He can't help but turn his head. He can't help but be drawn towards it. Right? It's, and I'm getting that they will be an intuitive individual. Okay? Their intuition will know what this energy is that they're feeling, and they will move towards it. With the Nine of Cups, which you always get, I don't think we've ever done a reading for you that you did not get this card. We have that emotional independence, that emotional stability, that fertility, that abundance. We see the blessings that children bring to our lives, whether they're on this side of the veil or the other, okay? I also see, you coming out of a darker cave into a fresher new light, okay? As if this energy is bringing in an air, there's a German saying, frisches Luft ist gut, right? Fresh air is good, and it solves everything. Sort of an energy, okay? It's a philosophy that I've encountered with different cultures around the world, that fresh air solves so many problems, right? And so this energy is like that, okay? It brings in this fresh air that leads you into a deeper sense of self, more fertility, more abundance, more healing, right? And it reveals to you the unknown, and all of a sudden, past lives are brought forward. If somebody, okay, one of the things that's a clue as to whether it's your person, Lady J, is that this person will actually make you remember past lives. Just this person being in your environment will help you to remember past lives spent together. Okay, that is going to be a big clue. All right. A very big clue for you. All right. And this opens up a portal almost within yourself, like a time portal of sorts, where you remember who you are. You remember your own personal power. You remember that you are a magnet, a manifester of epic proportions, that you need not chase anything because you can absolutely bring it to you by your thoughts, by your deeds, okay, by your voice. I am getting the message that when you come into this personal power, you say it, you speak it, and it is done. All right? This is what lies ahead, and this is what this relationship is being drawn towards, and it's also what helps to unlock, okay? I am getting here about your shadow work journey, okay, and your working, the knowledge that you're gaining. How much time are you spending on your internal space? How much time are you spending in grounding, in meditation, in spiritual practice and work is coming through. Also, looking up the metaphysical properties of the lightning bug, otherwise known as a firefly, is also coming through. I'm getting that a lot of the people that you're encountering in your life have a very common trait of sneakiness. Like they present themselves to be other than they are, to get within your light, to get within your energy, to get within your sphere. But then once there, they reveal to them their true selves to you. Okay? And when you find the right person, that's not going to happen. They will come in with a purity of intention that is undoubtable. Okay? They will come in with this loving, creative spirit that is golden in its light. Okay? I am seeing a golden aura around this person. I am seeing that they are a healer. And that they're able to control their passions. However, they have deep, abiding passions, and that will be reserved for you. Okay? When the time comes. Right now, there seems to be something about, don't take this wrong, Lady J, but are you avoiding your own personal power? Is there something about it you're scared of? Something about the unknown within yourself that you're nervous about? Because the All-Mother is coming through here asking the three aspects, the Mother, Maiden, Crone. I'm getting Caliac, Morgan, Brigid, or Morgan, Maka. There's something about the warrior spirit in you that you're almost afraid of, I'm getting here. Something about your own magic that you've been avoiding, maybe even subconsciously, and aren't aware of it. Okay? That needs to be addressed. Whether it's because somebody said something to you, like, oh no, you're not powerful, or oh no, you're not capable of this, that, or the other, or maybe it's your own internal voice saying no. Or maybe you're afraid of what it brings out in you. Like you're afraid to make a mistake. I do see that you have strong internal passions. And that's not something to be ashamed of. And maybe the way you were raised, or maybe the environment you were in made you feel that way. But there's nothing to be ashamed of in that department, okay? It's okay to be you without having to listen to the judgment of others. I'm almost getting the image of you having been clubbed into submission by societal norms that do not serve you or fit you. Okay? So step out of that paradigm and into your own personal power spiritually. You are meant to be a teacher. Okay? Right now you may be the student, but you are meant to be a teacher. And the person who is meant for you will meet you on that level. They will never ever make you feel lesser than. They will always treat you respectfully as an equal, okay? And we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all say and do things that we shouldn't, right? But at the base core of this relationship is that respect and admiration, okay? And equality. And they will meet you where you are, okay? When you are in your own personal power, they are in their own personal power. And in that moment, you two come together. It unlocks something. It clicks something open, all right? And it's like these records, the Akashic records, past life, karma of a good kind. It's almost like there's certain things that are locked in a vault, in a bank, where it's just like the moment that these two people find each other, the moment that these two people come together, in the right moment, not before either party is actually ready for it. Okay, that's key. It unlocks. The other side is almost saying everything. So, when you meet someone, okay, obviously everybody has moments of first impressions and what have you that are perfectly normal, and uncertainties that are perfectly normal. But what I am getting from this relationship is when you meet the one, the right one, the one that we saw in your reading that is meant for you in the way that you desire, you won't have to ask me or anybody else. You will know with a deep, deep ferocity that they are yours and you are theirs, and you are one as well as separate, that you are bound through time and space and destiny in a way that unlocks your heart, unlocks your mind, unlocks your intuition to such a heightened aspect that it's hard to put into words. And I know this sounds very grandiose, but Lady J, every time I have read for you, your reading has been grandiose in nature. Okay, that's who you are. You are magnificent. You are meant for greater things. So when you find the one, the right one, the one that you ache and yearn for, okay, you won't have to ask another soul, because your soul will know. There won't be a doubt. There won't be, because you will have felt the click. The wheel of fate will have turned. It will click into place, and you will feel it. It will reverberate throughout your entire being, your entire system, your soul. It will reverberate throughout time itself. Okay? And I know that sounds grand, and I know that sounds large, but that is the kind of energy that is coming off of this reading today. Okay? And I think one of the reasons why they are being so blunt and so forthwith and so forceful with their message is because they want you to really understand the kind of connection that they have in store for you. Okay? It's okay to have fun. Enjoy it. See where it goes. Do what you want to do. Learn the lessons you're meant to learn. Okay? But remember and know that deep down in your core, you know the right answer. Okay? All right, now let us pull for you some oracle messages. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. Okay? And there is a double Aries power here at least. Your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. So there's something you've been working on, something you've been wanting to do, and they're asking you to take action on that. You're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. That palpable energy, it's there. It's on the cusp. It's on the horizon. Emotions are running high. Super moon, and that can lead to misinterpretations of energy very easily. Okay. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces with that meditation that we saw. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. And I'm also getting a message with that about rest and self-care, okay? You are enough. You are absolutely enough. Full moon in Virgo. And a win-win outcome is forecast. And there's that take time to breathe out and meditate and contemplate. But one of the most important messages there is, and that this helps you draw in that individual that you are looking for, show the world the real you, okay? Confidence is your key to success, and a fiery climax approaches. Okay, and with that we have the full moon in Aquarius, the new moon in Leo, and the full moon in Aries. And I will photograph all of this and send it to you in your Etsy report. Okay, and then we're going to pull a white light oracle, because I always feel that ending any reading on a note of encouragement, support, and healing is always, always a wise decision to make. Okay, and I am getting that one as well. Number 32, Lasya of Parvati. there is a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. Okay? And one of the things about this card is that Parvati is the universal mother in her gentle aspect. Okay? Dealing with love, connection, creativity, and devotion. And as always, in your readings, the aspect of the All-Mother shines through. You are so much greater than you realize, my darling. You really are. 39. Ivory wish-fulfilling crow. You can have what you truly want. Such knowledge helps soften and release fear, grasping, control, and doubt. Have confidence that the universe hears your prayers and is even now leading you into that which you seek. You can take sanctuary within your spiritual connection whenever you need stabilization and protection against the fluctuations of the external world. No matter what is happening around you, there is a way through to the fulfillment of your potential. And I will photograph these and the healing processes that go with them and send it in your Etsy report. Okay? Okay, now, this is the end of part 1, where we do the tarot and the oracle. Part 2, we will go over your runes and your crystal energy consultation. Okay? I love you. Take care of yourself. You know, do what pleases you. Do what pleases your heart. All right?